It's coming along. Started off a little rough, but I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable every day.
How different is it playing wide receiver than playing quarterback?
It's very different. It's much more running. You got a lot more than you think about before the play is started.
So the transition has been so far easy though?
Not at all, you know. I have to learn how to beat a defender off the press now. I have to run crisp routes. That's totally different than playing quarterback.
Yeah.
Armanti, on Friday afternoon we were out here, and I could almost see you thinking, what I need to do, what's the proper thing to do, and how can you combine that and kind of get rid of the thinking part and just naturally go out and run your routes and catch passes?
I think just doing more reps and getting more comfortable at playing a position. The more comfortable I get, I can start to focus on running better routes and gaining more speed through my routes.
Is it what you thought it would be, the move to wide receiver?
I expected it to be rough, and yes, it's what I thought it would be. I expect the worst.
Who's teaching you?
It's a lot of them that's helping me. I can name pretty much all of them. All of them have played receivers, so if they see me do something wrong, it's mainly the veterans, the ones that's been here, but when they see I've messed up, they'll try to help me out.
Is confidence a factor at this point? I mean, trying to get that up there?
Yes, it's a big factor. You got to go in with confidence. If you're messing up or doing great, you always got to keep your confidence up and play at a high level.
Has that been hard, given some of the struggles you're going through?
Not at all. I still have to tell myself I'm new to this, and everybody around me knows that I've changed my position, so I just have to stay focused.
How's the punt returns coming? How are you working on that? You seem like you've got kind of grasped that a little bit.
It's coming along very good. I got comfortable with it. I just have to stay focused when I'm tired and concentrate on catching it.
Armanti, schedule-wise, to kind of learn the position, what do you do off the practice field? How much time do you spend studying your playbook, thinking about?
I spend a lot of time. Most of the plays we're running now, we ran them in OTAs and mini camps, so I know most of them. I still go back over them to learn my sight adjustments and everything, but I say at least 30 minutes to an hour in between practices, and the same thing at night after our meetings.
Armanti, can you talk a little bit about Brandon and LaFell? You're both rookies, but you're obviously at different points in how long you've played wide receiver. Just what you picked up anything from him, or kind of the differences in your two?
Yeah, he's picked up the offense really quick. He's doing a lot of things right now. He's been that receiver, so I try to watch him too to see how he get off the jam. Try to take a thing or two from him, just like I do to all the receivers, and try to put it in and see what I can use best.
Being from this area, what were your thoughts when you got drafted by the Panthers?
It was a relief to get drafted at first. Then I realized how close I was to home, so if I wanted to just take a trip to home, I don't have to get on the plane. I could just drive down and come right back to Charlotte.
How much time have you spent with Steve Smith this offseason and this camp, trying to learn this position?
Not much. He still has to work out and get rehab on his wrist to try to get back on the field as quick as possible, so it hasn't been much.
Does being a former quarterback help at all when you made the transition to wide receiver?
I thought it would, but not really. When you're learning a new position, you got a lot of more things you're trying to think about than when the play is running. Everything, there's a lot of things that's going on through your head. So.
Is there a difference in conditioning, simply running farther as a receiver than you ever had to in practice?
Yeah, it's totally, it's a lot different. It's more conditioning. You got to run great routes. You got to be fast through your routes. Then when you catch the ball, you got to run after the routes. You got to run and chase to get a block. So there's a lot more running.
Did that surprise you a little bit?
No, not at all. It didn't surprise me. It surprised me how tired I was at first. I thought I was in shape until we got out here on the first practice.
Any chance we're going to see you line up in the backfield at quarterback in a Wildcat formation?
It's up to the coaches. Right now, everybody wants me to get comfortable at receiver, so I'm trying to focus at receiver right now.
Is it more nerve-wracking going across the middle to catch a pass or having a defensive end running at you trying to sack you?
I mean, we're not hitting, so I won't know that feeling until the first game when I have to go across the middle and catch a pass.
But you're happy doing it, right?
Yes, sir.
Does it help your mindset and your confidence knowing that the team traded up and took you fairly early in the draft? Does that kind of show you that they're probably willing to give you the time you need to learn your new role?
I don't think about that anymore. I'm here now, so it didn't matter if I was a free agent or not. Once they chose me to come to camp, I'm trying to focus on making the team and getting out there on the field as quick as possible.
As far as the returns, what has been the toughest transition? I mean, just in learning how to catch the ball. How are you going about trying to do that? It's something you obviously have never done before.
I never played. It's kind of like playing outfield in baseball, but I never played that either. So I had a hard time adjusting to the ball when it was in the air. So it just took repetitions, and after practice and OTAs, I just stayed out there and get more comfortable with it.
Great.